watching this knows anything about chainsaws, explain to me why sometimes it just sort of starts skating, you know what I mean? But you go around and turn out from the other side and then it kind of digs in and grips. I don't know what that's all about. And I'd also like to know why my chainsaw blades always end up cutting that way. What am I doing wrong? Right, today's little project, not massively exciting, but it's been getting on my nerves for, oh, God knows how long now, 2.5 years, all this lot. We had some trees that are all rotted, so we had them pulled down. But the good thing about that is we had them turned into planks. If I take you around here, the bad thing about that is you end up with all this lot. This is all sort of the offcuts from where the planks are sort of milled. We had them milled just here, and they've been sat there for like 2.5 years now. And every time I come out of the house, it's the first thing I see, and it's kind of got to the point where I've got to do something about it now. So I'm going to burn it. I've tried giving them away. No one seems to want them. Thought in this day and age, energy crisis and all that. But however, I've tried using the rake. It didn't really work out that well. So we're going to try and get this bad boy on. It's heavy. Hopefully you can see this. Otherwise I'm doing this all for nought. Put the hook on. There we go. Right, let's get in this. See if we can't do this first time. It's kind of dropped in the grass now. I can just about see it, but oh, like a pro. It's the little things in life that make you happy, not the big stuff. Right, better do this up because this could end badly. Right, safety on. It's my BMC quick hitch with a BMC root ripper. It does a little bit more than it says on the tin, that thing. I find it's a lot easier to use that when you're picking up logs. You can be a little bit more violent with that rake. I was concerned about bending the teeth, whatever you want to call it. But with this, I can get a little bit more stuck in. And my plan is to get these up and try and cut them into some sort of decent size with the chainsaw, so that then when I load them into the dumper and tip them out the other end, a lot easier to burn. Right, chainsaw action, here we go. This is another cheap thingy, Parker brand. This one leaks oil, but it starts pretty well. My original plan was to be really clever and pick this lot up and have a third hanging over the bucket, chop it down, let it fall in, then move it round, chop the left hand third in, and then dump the middle bit, rather than have to keep fighting trying to pick this stuff up. Yeah, it didn't happen. So there's a log. Who put that there, I wonder? A little nudge. this stuff's been down for 3 years, I suppose. Pretty deep. So it's bone dry. There you go, look that one there. But it's surprisingly heavy. Get a load in that. That old dumper of mine is kind of struggling to get back up the hill. But it's so much easier than the wheelbarrow. And we stabbed it, look. There we go. I'm kind of training myself to use my feet, but it's kind of force of habit to not bother. Just stick your hands in it. A bit of a chop. Sometimes though, it is just easier to get out with a pair of gloves and pick this stuff up. It all depends how heavy it is. But you don't get one of these bad boys so you can go and pick stuff up. But it does make life a lot easier. I say you wouldn't hire a digger for doing something like this, but if you got one, you would use it. I'm going to get rid of that big one here now. I think I'll move backwards and forwards, and I'm trying to figure out how far to go with this. I'm trying to get rid of these big ones. Your way, am I? Sorry. Right, I'm going to cut that, try and leave that sticking through, then grab that again. Or should I just try that anyway? Try and get that through there. A bit of jiggery pokery, if I can lift it, okay. Force it in, right, okay. My plan is, if I stick that in the ground, left end, I don't know if you can see that, I'm going to stick the left end of that log in the ground, get it about halfway, and then chop them two just right there, hopefully get it all in. That's the plan. Anyone watching this knows anything about chainsaws, explain to me why sometimes it just sort of starts skating. You know what I mean? But you go around and turn out from the other side, and then it kind of digs in and grips. I don't know what that's all about. And I'd also like to know why my chainsaw blades always end up cutting that way. What am I doing wrong? Right. I think I'm not going to be a hero. I'm trying to get any more on this. Alright, hopefully. Let's do some dumper driving. Chest mount, chest mount again, I'm afraid. Can't even speak. The helmet, head cam, whatever. It's got a different mount, and it's just too much for me to cope with. Backwards and forwards from digger to dumper. And again, this is a noisy beast, so I don't know how much of this you're going to hear. So this bit may never see the light of day. But however, I'll stick some music over it. Oh, she's got power.
It's okay to be myself, but sometimes I really hate myself. Sometimes I really hate myself, and I hope that they forgive me if I take the life they give me. I hope, I hope, I hope, 'cause I've been chasing for you, take years off years I can't find myself, 'cause I've been waiting for you, they seem long to I can't help myself. I'm depressed. I've been dealing with all kind of stress. Everybody judging my success. It's how it feels when they type the text. Need to chill cause I don't like the vex. I get bills, my girl write the check. It's a reminder I don't like to get that I'm behind in the life I set, but I'll seem fine to my final breath. You tell me it's okay to be myself, but sometimes I really hate myself. Sometimes I really hate myself, and I hope that they forgive me if I take the life they give me. I hope, I hope, I hope, 'cause I ain't been the same since I met my fate, and I can't be afraid. I know that I need to change if I'm to be the one who I need to become for my dream. Life is getting kinda different now, getting close to what I wished about. Overused just hit 15,000, and we about to go switch the house. And I'm about to go switch them bowers. They were deaf but they listen now. They were blind but my vision power through to make sure I didn't foul. But I still get defeated easily. That's my silence, say repeated piece of me. Every piece of me wants a piece of me. I've been feeling like a monster recently, a haunts the recency and false repeated themes. Won't leave and it's prone to be with dreams, and it's got me torn between the seams, changing how I normally would seem. You tell me it's okay to be myself, but sometimes I really hate myself. Sometimes I really hate myself, and I hope that they forgive me if I take the life they give me. I hope, I hope, I hope.
So basically, I'm going to be doing this all day. Up and down from here, in the digger, chainsaw, fill up the bucket, dump it off up there, and hopefully clear this out some. And then I'll get onto these planks. Got most of this lot out. It's probably as much as I'm going to take out. I'll rake this up, try and neaten it up a bit when I've got the other bucket on. I believe the big one's a nice little habitat, but this is the pile that's been bothering me. This lot here and this lot here. It's pretty good timber. Well, it's no good for building, but for burning it'd be great. But I've been staring at this for 3 years, so this is seeing the back end of it. I mean, look at it. Yeah. Seeing the back end of this, it's going to be brilliant. Oh yeah, here we go. So yeah, I'm going to start chopping that up, get it in the dumper. There we go. That's the beauty of this rake. Sawdust is wet, so it's sticking together, but if it's dry, it'll just literally sit like flour. Really only after the big bits. Sawdust can stay here because I do use it from time to time. I have to move that number because I've boxed this up in the corner here. Let's spread this out. Try and make it look something. And I'll shift this round and grab that. Look, it's too close to me. Take it down, see what a mess I made. It's looking better. So there's a great big pile of timber there, big pile of timber there. It's just, you know, looked like a building site for a couple of years. It's just actually now nature can take over, and I'll probably have another go at flattening this down a bit when it's not about to rain. But yeah, so far so good. The downside of shifting all that lot, I haven't actually got rid of it. All I've done is created a big pile over here, but that's my burn pile there, so all this will get got rid of. And the reason we had these taken down is this was about halfway, a third of the way up. Yeah, it's pretty rotten. And that's right where the sort of the main trunk split into the big branches, and this was a beast of a tree. It's a real shame, but the thing was dead. Better to take it down in a controlled sort of environment rather than it just fall down on someone. That'd be horrendous. But right, cup of tea.
Man, I feel amazing, being on this highlight every single day, and man, it's like a highlight. This is what I bathe and excited because I know I'm going in places. Everything I want is coming to me. Getting DMs asking how much for a feature. Tell them if it's right.